So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it's time for me to bring you episode number 8 of our FIFA 18 Bournemouth Career Mode. We are back once again for yet another helping of Career Mode goodness with Bournemouth, and in today's episode we've got another 3 games coming up for you, because when we're not in a transfer window, we're doing a hat-trick of games per episode. We've got some good games coming up for you guys as well. Now, if you've missed the last episode, you can check an annotation at the top right of the screen. That'll take you to the last one, and throughout the course of the video, you'll also see an annotation taking you to the playlist if this is the first episode that you have seen. And if it is the first episode you've seen, it's likely that this is the first episode you've seen on my channel generally. So if you are new, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's the big red button under the video, and you can slap a like on the video if you go on to enjoy. But the last episode, a pretty tricky one. The sliders are now coming into effect and we're finding games a lot more difficult, which is good. And I feel like I've said episode a lot so far in today's video, but I'm afraid it has to continue, because now we're announcing that Jordan Ibe was your player of the episode from last time, and that's because he scored 3 goals in 3 games last time, scoring a goal in each of the games. I think he scored one against Chelsea. He scored a goal that in the end didn't have any effect in the game. Same against Newcastle, but he did get the ball rolling in our 2-0 win against Huddersfield Town as well. It's an incredible feat to score a goal in every single game of an episode, but Jordan and I have managed it and took 83% of your vote, which is absolutely insane. So we're just going to get into some training then in this one. I believe we're still in the same month, so we are going to keep training the same players, and you can see there some good attribute growth for Ryan Sessegnon, Mitchell Weiser and Nathan Ake as they all head towards their next overall. I think in the next training session we should also see Tony Vilena go up to 79, which should be nice as well. So it's time for the first game of today's episode, and we are up against Burnley, who we played in the Carabao Cup, I want to say 2 episodes ago. We managed to get the win against them. I think it was a 3-2 victory in the end. The winning goal coming from Simon Francis. He doesn't play today, he's on the bench just because Steve Cook and Nathan Ake have been so good as a centre-half partnership. Even when we've lost, they still played very well indeed. So here we are, back at the Vitality Stadium. It's wonderful to call this place home on this FIFA. I don't know why, but I just love the vibes. Interesting to note as well, Goodmanson I think has got one of the best goal-scoring records in the league going into this game, so he's definitely someone to watch out for in this football match. And here he is down the right-hand side, in towards Dan Gosling, but it's a simple save for Begovic. The first effort on target in the game, but it's a very simple one. Now it's Brady into Ashley Barnes, back to Dean Marnie playing for Burnley. I'm sure Vizet will be very happy. How do you actually pronounce it? I watch his videos, but for some reason don't know how to pronounce his name. What a travesty that is. We'll call him Vizzy. We'll call him Vizet. You know what? I don't know. Oh, what a challenge by Weiser. He lost the ball and then comes in with a just beautiful slide tackle. Goodmanson going past Mings. Nice Cruyff turn away from him. That's into the box towards Barnes. Good save though from Begovic. Out for a corner. Barnes managed to ghost into the area completely unmarked there. Look at that. In the centre of the area, Vilena, oh, that's through towards Britton, can get there first. No, Tom Heaton just about blocks the shot. Oh, I should have tried a little dink there, because I think Heaton had already gone down, but didn't quite have the presence of mind to pick out the little chip over the head of Tom Heaton. But we're going forward again. That's Wilson, now through to Britton again, but he takes too long on the ball. Now into Ashley Barnes, decent turn, back into Jack Cork again. Save though from Begovic at the near post. So that marks the end of the first 45 minutes. Not the best half of football I've ever seen. That's Mings into Arter, now Vilena, back to Mings again. Brereton is there, good turn from Ben Brereton. It's deflected though off Angelo Ogbonna. The turn was amazing, but he took a second touch. If he'd have just turned and then gone for the finesse, it probably would have found the net. It would have been a bit like Federico Makeda's goal actually, back in the day. It actually scares me that some of my audience might not even remember Federico Makeda. Wilson plays that through though now to Ryan Fraser, who's got a big chance in this game and hits the post for the 3rd time in 2 episodes. He did it twice against Chelsea in 1 game. That though was I didn't really say it at the time, but that was a very, very poor miss from Ryan Fraser. He's got to be scoring that. That's Weiser over towards Mings, now into Brereton. Those two combining well. Now it's Arter, now into Fraser, who's got to score this time. Why are you sliding in, fam? Why have you slid in to take that shot? There's no need, you're not under pressure. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, Fraser's on a one-way ticket off the pitch at the moment. He's missed 2 massive chances now. That one, there was no excuse, because that was just poor technique. if he just hits that like a normal human being, that's going in the back of the net. Out wide to Robbie Brady, goes past Visor a little bit too easily. Now Gosling, who goes past Arter a little bit too easily, and again, now through. Oh, and Burnley hit the post as well with Robbie Brady. That was a massive chance. Wilson wiped out there by... What? Are you mad, fam? Oh, Wilson's won the ball back. This might actually work in our favour. Defoe, though, is challenged into Wilson. Now it's Cook. Defoe's looking for the run in behind. Defoe has got the run in behind. Can he get away from the defender? Yes, he can. It's Jermaine Defoe. He's been pushed out wide. It's still Defoe. It's saved somehow by Tom Heaton. He's done all the good work. He's done all the hard work. He's even put it straight at the goal. I could have passed it to Wilson. Wilson, though, has got the run from Jordan Ibe, who's in great goal-scoring form. He's going to cut inside here as Jordan Ibe gets away from the defender. Why are you not going down? You've just been clipped by the defender. If you go down, it's a penalty. Unfortunately, the game hasn't really been on my side here today in this first match of the episode. It ends a 0-0 draw. We had the chance, and the fans are unhappy. I understand why I'm unhappy. One thing I can definitely say about that game is it definitely should not have ended 0-0, but here we are. Tyrone Mings got man of the match in that game. I have to say he was very impressive. I'm very impressed with him at the moment. Mitchell Visor as well, the other fullback, had a very solid game in today's match. So we're getting straight into things. It's time for the second game of the episode. Nothing's happened between the Burnley and Swansea games, so we might as well just get straight into it. So we're here then at the Liberty Stadium, and we are playing Swansea in today's game. Don't know really what to make of this one, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I've not played Swansea ever before on this game, and their team has changed quite a lot since I would have last played them back on FIFA 17 with Hull City. It's changed a lot as their side since then. So I don't know whether this is going to be a difficult game or a slightly easy one. Rafinha swinging a ball towards Josh King, and wasn't a bad effort, to be fair. I think it's actually gone off Martin Olsen and out for a corner, and for his troubles, Olsen has picked up an extremely early yellow card. That might be something we can exploit later on. Oh, that's a poor ball from Ake. He needs to recover. He hasn't, but thankfully the save is in from Begovic. I was looking for a through ball. Tried to play it a little bit too far in front of the goal, in front of the player that he's passed it to, and thankfully Sam Klukas' shot is in the general direction of Begovic. That's Jordan Ibe. It's actually come off Olsen very kindly in the end. It's now back into Lewis Cook, who goes for the shot, and it's a good save from Mulder. Cleared away by Kyle Norton. We're just that one crucial pass away. Here's Vilena, Smith, that's Ibe in plenty of space. And Jordan Ibe, after the finishing ability we've seen from him in recent episodes, he should have buried that one in the form that he's in, but unfortunately it's another chance that goes begging in this episode, and it is still 0-0, still without a goal today. This is shocking. This needs to change. Rafinha into Vilena. Ibe is in space again. It's Jordan Ibe, and Ibe's shot is saved by Mulder. That was a much better effort from the English winger Adam Smith. Cutting inside, that's now through to Jermaine Defoe, and that is 1-0, is it? Yes, it is. It does count. I thought it was offside for a moment, but Jermaine Defoe gets the goal in this episode, and finally, it's such a relief. Good bit of play from Smith there, cutting inside, and it's a calm finish, as you would expect. Ake, though, wins the ball off Mawson. That was very important. Now it's Cook. Just about gets it out wide to Stanislas. Oh, I was about to say, why is there no advantage here? Martin Olsen is already on a yellow. Said that might be crucial at the start of the game. As it so happens, there's only 2 minutes of the game left for Swansea to play with only 10 men. Martin Olsen is red carded. Wilfred Bonney's got there ahead of Charlie Daniels. Ball into the box. Begovic should deal with that, and does. And that is the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 1-0 victory, the slimmest of margins we take away from the Liberty Stadium. Man of the match in the end didn't even go to the goal scorer. Adam Smith got the same rating as Jermaine Defoe, but was handed the man of the match award for a 9.3 rating. As I mentioned, Defoe also getting a 9.3. Jordan Ibe with an 8.4. He had a good chance in the second half, but did play very well. I'm expecting a little bit of overall growth here, and indeed that is what we get, because Tony Vilena goes up on his dribbling, vision and long passing, and hence is now a 79 overall player, and he's a decent chunk of the way towards 80 as well. So looking good. The squad is growing pretty well now. We've got another scouting report back, or another set of scouting reports. Unfortunately from England, it's potentially the worst scout report you'll ever see. Nobody with a potential higher than 68. That is, KRANE of Finland has brought back some decent players, but again, I mean, they're better than the English guys, all of them, but again, they're nowhere near the quality that we should be bringing into our youth academy. But we do have a guy called Raikkonen, and I'm tempted to bring him in just for the name alone. We're playing a pretty young side in the Carabao Cup then for the final game of today's episode. We are facing West Brom, and you can see that it is a very changed side indeed. Francis and Jack Simpson, I think his first name is Jack, 61 overall, 18-year-old. Very young. This will be his first game in the series. Sessegnon and Weiser as fullbacks, Ibe and Rafinha as wingers, Vieira and Hinman. Emerson Hinman, the young American, 68 overall, 21-year-old, I think. He's at central mid. And Lise Musée makes his first start up front, the Frenchman. He's also a youngster with decent potential alongside why do I keep wanting to call him Jordan King? This is going to be a test then. We're playing EPL opposition with a pretty young side, and it's going to be a big test, especially for that central midfield. Ronaldo Vieira and Emerson Hinman, both very young players, definitely nowhere near their respective potentials. So the key really is just to calm down and really get the youngsters properly settled into the game as well before we, start really attacking properly. Some good passing play here. That's Musée into King. The run's being made by Emerson Hinman, and what a start to life that is for Emerson Hinman. The American gets himself the goal to put us 1-0 up here against West Bromwich Albion. I'm pretty sure he's only had one shot before, and it was from about 30 yards out in the same competition earlier on in the series. And Josh King gets the assist, and it's a calm finish at the near post. Just sort of coming across the ball was sort of getting into his path. He's almost just cushioned it in a similar direction to where it was coming from. You go Mayo, that's Barry, that's fired into Rondon. Simpson's lost him, now it's into Jakob, that's hit the post. Very good effort from the Argentinian. And thankfully we get away with one there. That was a good little bit of play from West Brom. Weiser's making the overlapping run. Weiser puts it in towards Hinman, nodded down towards Musée, goes for the flick. Surely that's obstruction. Great bit of skill there from the Frenchman. King into Musée again. Nice little reverse there. Now into King. I think he's offside though. Is Josh King. Indeed he is. In fact, we probably actually could have, to be fair, I think Musée could have taken that on his own. In towards Ronaldo Vieira, and that is the end of your first half here at the Vitality Stadium. And we're carrying on where we left off in the last game. After the win against Swansea, we are now up 1-0 against the significantly stronger West Brom side here in this game. Just 20 minutes this game to go. We've sort of lost our dominant streak, if you like, in this game. It's back to being quite even. Not had many chances here. That's some almost good defending from Simpson. I thought he was going to get to that, but the cross came in, and there's someone free over in the middle. It's Josh King. If he can nod that down, he can. It's out wide. I think that's Connor Mahoney. We'll go back to Josh King, who for some reason doesn't really make much of a forwards run. Now it's Ronaldo Vieira. He's got a little bit of space. Lise Musée's down in the centre. It's into Lise Musée. It's a poor shot though. Foster saves, and West Brom just about tidy it up. That was a good chance, though, to really finish off the tie. Krakowiak, meanwhile, at the other end, nods it down for Schürrle, who cuts back. He's up against his fellow countryman Weiser, headed away. That might be a corner, actually. Musée's got a bit in his locker, but game management doesn't seem to be that. Weiser needs to be doing better. Schürrle's got the ball. It's off Simpson, and Begovic thankfully reacts. Matt Phillips plays it now through into Johnny Evans, who's got support in the centre. It's back to Matt Phillips. It's blocked by Simpson and goes out for a corner. And that could have been the goal for West Brom. I think Simpson's diverted it wide. What a way to make your debut. It's fired into Neom. It's back now to Macaulay. Foster's gone forward. Schürrle, and it's blocked. Begovic can lump that forward now because Ben Foster's out of his goal. Begovic goes for it. Pumps it long, but the referee decides to blow his whistle before anyone can get on the end of it. And we do just about hang on, it seems, to the 1-0 victory. The Vitality Stadium, though, is bouncing for some reason. It's only the Carabao Cup, boys, but no surprise that man of the match goes to the man who won us the game. Emerson Hinman with a 9 rating. 8.5 as well for the man who set that up, being Josh King. Mitchell Weiser also got an 8.2, but I was starting to see some of the old Weiser creeping in at the end, where he wasn't really picking up runs and stuff. But apart from that, he was pretty solid. Also, shout-outs as well to Ronaldo Vieira, Ryan Sessegnon, and Jack Simpson. All of those guys being youngsters thrown in at the deep end, and they all performed very well in this game. So here is how today's episode then has affected the EPL table, and as you can see, we've actually jumped back up into second position, but that is because we played a game more than basically everybody else around us. We could actually be overtaken by Manchester City and Chelsea, who have 2 games in hand on us if results go against us, but we are slipping back, let's be honest, especially when, teams eventually win their game in hand. But we're doing alright. We're still doing alright. We're still in the fight. Maybe to finish in the Europa League at the end of the season. We'll have to wait and see. 25 points accumulated. Watford, though, top of the table, still doing a really good job. And they are 6 points clear of any other team that's played the same amount of games as them. So they are really on form at the moment. Also, for you Liverpool fans like me, the table doesn't make good reading, given we are literally plumb last. We are 20th. Nevertheless, enough about Liverpool's woes. You can now see the Hall of Fame in the background, where all the accolades are kept for this series, including top goal scorer, best overall. We've now included the best growth in the series as well, which was suggested by a commenter last time out, so that will be held for basically the player who's grown the most whilst being in the team. I don't know, maybe I'm tired because this commentary for this last game has been absolutely horrendous, but regardless of that, you guys can check all those stats out in the background, and you can also now vote for your player of the episode in the top right of the screen. There'll be about 4 or 5 options of the best players from today, and whoever you guys vote for, whoever wins that poll will play every single game of the next episode. That, though, is basically it from me, I feel, in this episode. Another 3 games down, 2 wins, 1 in the Premier League and 1 in the Cup, and also a draw as well at the start of the episode. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you have, then make sure to slap a like on the video and subscribe if you are new to the channel. As I always say, it helps me out massively at the start of a game cycle. So if you are new, just press that little, well, it's actually quite big, that big red subscribe button under the video if you enjoyed. You can also now follow me on Twitter. My handle is on the screen. It is @theofficialfng, and my Instagram is exactly the same as well over there. @theofficialfng is the handle over on Insta. But apart from that, it's been a pleasure. If I'm being honest, I don't think I've got anything left to say. So apart from that, have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye. I even messed up my own outro. I need to nap.
Yo, Massappeals.
I roll out with some monsters. Looks like your team and you watchers. I do not roll with imposters. Sound like the man in the Oscars. I'm drunk off Henny and Fosters. I have a career, I am jobless. This bitch f me so hard, I might just end up unconscious. I like girls in lingerie, especially if it is crotchless. Bitch, I am the bigger picture. There is no way you can crop us.